Year 10. Right, so what we're going to look at today is similar shapes, but the volume. So last lesson we did the lengths and areas. This time we're going to look at the volumes. Now, do you remember I spoke about the length scale factor and then the area scale factor? So if we said the length scale factor was 3, okay, then the area scale factor would be 3 squared, okay. So what do you think the volume scale factor would be? Yep. I hate answering questions nobody answers. Right, so that would be 3 cubed, okay, which is 27. So you can see it's a lot higher, okay. Now, I always think of this with Coke bottles. So imagine you've got a Coke bottle. So you've got this one, which is 500 mils, okay, and you've got this one, which is 1.5 litres. Now, what scale factor are we actually given there? It's not the length, it's not the area, it's the volume. So we can see the volume has been times by 3. Okay, so if we look at that one here, so the volume is 3. So let's work out the other 2 scale factors. Now, I want to know what the length scale factor is. Well, the volume scale factor is always the length scale factor cubed. So I'm going to have to find the cube root of 3. So I'm just going to pop that into my calculator. So the cube root of 3, okay, is 1.44 to 2 decimal places, okay. Then if I know that, I can work out the area scale factor by squaring it. And let's just square the answer on that one, and that's 2.08. So you can work backwards if you know one of them. So if you know the length one, then you can just square it to find the area one, and you can cube it to find the volume one. This case, like the Coke bottle one, you find the volume one, then go back and find the length one by cube rooting it, and then square it. Cat's coming up to say hello, and then squaring it there to find the area scale factor. So we've got them. So that's why when actually the Coke bottle, it's 3 times bigger. You would say 3 times bigger in the things, but actually if they're similar, then it's actually only 1.44 times bigger up here, okay, in the length. So, you know, the width would only be 1.44 times bigger this way and that way there. Right, so what about if we knew the area scale factor? So if the area has gone up by, is 5 times bigger, okay, so I've said the area scale factor is 5. So the first one I'd have to work out then would be the length scale factor. So I'm going to square root 5, okay, which is 2.24, okay, to 2 decimal places. I'm just going to cube that then to work out the volume scale factor, which is 11.18. Okay, so we can see how they've gone. Obviously, you'll know you've got them right if they're going up in value. Right, so let's have a go at some GCSE questions to do with that. So you saw how I did it on the front page there. So we've got my length scale factor, area scale factor, and volume scale factor. It might be that we don't need all 3 at the moment. So we've got the volume of that one's 15. We want to work out the volume of that one. So we need to know the volume scale factor. What can we do here? We've got lengths. So we know that that's 3. Okay, so that's 3 squared and that's 3 cubed. Okay, so we've got to find out the volume of that. Okay, we're told that this one's 15. So we've got to times it by 3 cubed. So that'd be 15 times 3 cubed. Okay, 405. And that'll be centimetre cubed. Okay, pop that into the answer box. Okay, right. Okay. Length scale factor, area scale factor, volume scale factor. Right, the volume of the small box is 500. So, gosh, that's exactly the same. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that one's 500. So again, 500 times 3 cubed. Okay, try and have a bit of variety now. Next one. couple more down. Right, so let's have a look here. So here I've got 8 to 24. Not very demonstrative here with the 3's. So the area scale factor is 3 squared, 3 cubed. Now, this one has a cross-sectional area of 25. So this one, I want to find the cross-sectional area of this one. So I've got to have to times the cross-sectional area by 3 squared. So that's going to be 25 times 3 squared, which is 225. Okay, so we know that bit. I want to work out the volume of prism B. To work out the volume of prism B, I do the area of the cross section times the length. So I also need to put on the missing length here, which is going to be 30, because 10 times 3 is 30. Now I can work out the volume, so it's going to be 225 times 30. Okay, 6,750. Okay, so this time we need to look at our ones. So we've got height, length, and we've got volume. So what we're missing is the other one. So we've got small to medium to large. Okay. So we've got the length scale factor. So let's look at small to medium first. Okay, so to get from 24 to 30, okay, I want to see what I need to multiply by. So 30 divided by 24. Okay, so I've got to times by 1.25. So it's a length scale factor of 1.25. So 1.25 cubed will be I don't necessarily need to work it out, but it's 1.95. Okay, so to work out the capacity of this one, I've got to do 100 litres because times that. So 100 times 1.25 cubed gives me 195.3125 litres. Okay, right, and then this last one, I'm going to go, I don't really like those numbers, so I'm going to go from this one, so the small to the large. Now, I've gone from 100 to 240, so I can see that that's been multiplied by 2.4. Okay, so I'm going to have to cube root that to work out the length scale factor. Okay, so I'm now going to do 24 times the cube root of 2.4 gives me 32.13 inches. Okay, and there we've filled in the table. So by putting these out, you might not use all of them, that's fair enough, okay, but they will help you answer the questions. So you have 5 questions again to do, and then submit them on to assignments. Now you'll notice you've only got 2 lessons this week. That's because all of you hopefully are popping into school. You will see a maths teacher because of the way bubbles are working and all sorts of things. I don't know who it will be. You're going to be looking at what you've learned over the last 3 months in lockdown. I just wanted to say that we have kept up pretty much with the syllabus. I think worst case scenario, we're about 1 unit behind, which is fully achievable to keep up with. So what I've done is created a little spreadsheet for you to have a look at, and you can see what you think you've done well in and what bits you think we might need to go back over when we're hopefully back into school one day. Okay, anyway, best of luck with that, and I shall speak to you in the next video. Cheerio.